for Mirka Danocziova.
She said it right. Well done. Right. Ready? Honor work. This was the greeting we used as children in communist Czechoslovakia. When I was growing up, I was standing next to this really old bench where my parents probably used to sit and greeting my teachers in a most ridiculous way. I was growing up in a beautiful environment because my parents gave me everything they could. I was safe, I was loved, but there was one thing missing. We were not allowed to dream big. Wouldn't you agree that's nasty? Not letting children dream big. So instead, what they did, they were caring about work and community and obedience, and they were feeding all these messages into our little innocent heads. But I think I was really lucky. And I know I was really lucky because at the age of 10, the borders opened and we were free. We could go wherever we wanted. It wasn't easy. You needed money, you needed work permit, but you were allowed to go abroad and work. So fortunately, my dad was one of the first people in a village who left to Germany to work as a laborer. And I remember the first time when he went away for about a month, and the only contact we had with him was his Saturday call, which lasted probably about 5 minutes because, as you can imagine, it was expensive to call. And I remember that day when he was coming home, and we haven't seen him for the whole month. And we're so excited, my mum, my little sister, my little brother. And each time a car passed by, we were rushing to the window like, is it Dad? And yes, he got home very late at night with this huge bag full of chocolates and beautiful clothes we never seen. But he got something really special for me. Without him realizing it, he gave me a dream. I now could dream big because things are possible. He's coming from the country where everything is possible, so I too want to leave. And at that day, I just created this big dream for myself that I too will live in a country where everything is possible and I can have the most amazing career. Fast forward 20-something years later, here I am, speaking the language I thought I will never speak, standing in front of amazing people. I'm really honored to be here talking to you. Now, as a career coach, as a business owner, I help women to discover their dream careers. And the first question I ask them, what would you do if you dare to dream big? And they are really amazed because the thing is, we are not always asked these big questions like, what would you do if you could dream big? And that is so important. And I want everyone in this room to think about it. What would you do if you could dream big? Who would you become if you could dream big? Who could you help or inspire if you could dream big? And I leave you with that. Thank you very much for your attention.
you a hug. Doesn't she look gorgeous? Is this not an amazing outfit for her? Is that just me? Like, she just, a power, like, wear this more on stage. Like, this is like your power outfit, so I love that. I love the pauses, but I could tell that sometimes the pauses were an opportunity for you to remember.
I know. It's completely freestyling.
And that's fine. But it's masking that a little bit more because I could see the thinking. Right. And it's a great technique to use if you forget stuff, just to take a pause. It gives the audience an opportunity to take in what you're saying rather than going at 100 miles an hour. But it's a skill to use that to think without them knowing you're using it to think. So just something to be aware of. I thought it was captivating. The story was really captivating. However, the first half I found far more captivating than the second half. Because I found the story was really powerful and really engaging, and it led up to what could have been a really powerful message. And I felt like you kind of given us this big roundup to this powerful message and then kind of dropped off a cliff a little bit. And so I just want you to think about the second part, perhaps ask questions of the audience, like, you know, I didn't have the situations that you have. You know, you've got the opportunity to do this and you've got the opportunity to do that. If I could get here, then what could you do? You know, something that would allow us to continue to be engaged, to move that a step forward and also have some interaction with the audience. So for me, everything else, like, I thought you were really mesmerizing, great, powerful on stage. Just be careful of looking down. So get to the stage first, because this, I noticed every time you come to like this. This is why we walk a stage. We walk a stage so we know there's something here, there's something there. This is where the light is. This is why you get to speaking engagements early, so you know I can't stand here because I'll be you don't want to be figuring that out when you're on the stage. So just something to be aware of going forward, and it's just a tip for you. Always arrive early and walk the stage a couple of times so you can get used to things, because sometimes it's like you're right near the edge and you end up falling off or whatever, but brilliant job.
Thank you, Ronaldo.
Thanks. And Elliot?
So for me, it's just more of a great feedback. Just more of an acknowledgement from this shriveled up, shy, scared person that enrolled at Speaker Express a few months ago, was so timid, so scared to come out to see this presence, this power on stage. So for me, my feedback is more an acknowledgement for you of the journey and how strong you've become as a speaker and how powerful. Sure, there's things we can tweak, but it's more like just amazing, well done. Keep working at it. I disagree. I think the second half was stronger than the first half because I think she came in her element. Actually, she relaxed and the power came out. That's why we have different opinions. But actually, it's more about you've done phenomenally well in the last few months and you should take time to celebrate that. That's my feedback.
Thank you, Andy.